Welcome back to Medrash U'Maisa, sharing a story for this week's Parsha, Parshas Vayakhel, Pikudei, and Parshas Chodesh. The Imre Emes, the Ger Rebbe, managed to escape through a Nazi manhunt and live his last years in Eretz Yisrael. During the last year of his life, on Yom Kippur, he wanted to fast, but his health was weak, so the family arranged for a doctor to spend the entire Yom Kippur with him. This doctor, whose name was Dr. Heisenbach, had come from Germany to Eretz Yisrael, and he took care of the Imre Emes throughout Yom Kippur. Afterwards, when he went to say goodbye, the Pnei Menachem asked his very young son, his Ben Zekunim, Pnei Menachem Alter, who later became the Ger Rebbe, the Pnei Menachem, to accompany Dr. Heisenbach back to his home. As they were walking, Dr. Heisenbach said, "I'm going to tell you something that I haven't really shared with anybody else. It was a secret that I was taught when I was doing my internship in a hospital in Berlin. I was working under the head of the hospital, who was a very famous surgeon, and one day he was doing surgery and I was assisting. At the end of the surgery, he was very tired. I was holding together that which had to be stitched for the closing, and the doctor accidentally put the needle through my hand. Now, I didn't want to scream out in pain because I didn't want to scare or shake up the doctor. I didn't want to wake up the patient. So I simply maintained my silence. When he finally finished, I pointed out to him that I needed first aid because of the needle that had gone through my hand. The doctor helped me and he said, "I'm going to give you a present to kind of pay you back for the injury that I caused to you." He says, "I'm going to take a walk around the ward right now." He walked around the ward and came back. He said, "I'm now going to write on a paper which of the patients in the ward will live and which will not. 2 weeks from now, we're going to seal the envelope. 2 weeks from now, we're going to open it up and see if I was correct." 2 weeks afterwards, we opened the envelope and he was 85% correct as to which patients would survive and which wouldn't. He said, "I'm going to tell you what I saw. I walked around and I looked into the eyes of the patients. Those patients who had a spark of life and hope in their eyes, I said, those patients will live. But when I saw a patient's eyes were empty and hopeless, I felt that they probably wouldn't survive." Dr. Heisenbach said that was a very important lesson that he taught. Often it's not the illness itself, but it's the state of the person, their optimism, their will to live, their belief that enables them to survive and to thrive. The Pnei Menachem said, as a young man, I absorbed that lesson and I felt that he had taught me what the job of a Rebbe is. A Rebbe has to keep that light, to kindle that light and to maintain that light in the eyes of those who follow him. This story was told by his chassid, the Talmud Rebbe Shlita, who said that that is indeed what the Rebbe did during his years of leadership. This week's Parsha, the special Parsha we read, is Parshas Chodesh. It starts off with the words HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem, which technically speaks about the entire cycle of our lunar year and how we set the months. But Sifrei Chasidus say that the words HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem say Kodesh HaYischadshus Shelochem. Am Yisrael are given the power of constant renewal. Just as the moon that Am Yisrael are compared to disappears at certain times in the month, we know that it's going to come back and grow and reach fullness. Am Yisrael know that a situation is never lost. They should never despair. We can always renew ourselves. There's always hope and there's always a future. That's why the sign of a Jew should always be that light in the eyes. V'ho'er einenu b'sarasecha. Our very Torah is that which provides that light in our eyes. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives the tzaddikim who help us keep that light burning. The Pnei Menachem's Yortzeit was just the other week on the 17th of Adar. Zchuso Yogen Aleinu. May everybody have a wonderful Shabbos.